right. Quick test to make sure the mic is working. All right, that seems to be good. Welcome one, welcome all. Happy 4th of July. I am Awakened Cloud, and I decided I'm going to play 2 games today, but the first game I wanted to get out the way was Sonic 2, just because, I don't know, I really enjoy this game. It's a big part of my childhood. I also found out about this new shader for, essentially, to make things look like a CRT. So I'm going to be trying that out. But without further ado, let's get started with Sonic 2. So Sonic 2 is one I'm not super strong at compared to Sonic 1 and Sonic 3. Sonic 2 is just a little bit too long of a game for me, so I don't play it quite as much as the other two. Sonic 3 at least allows you to save, and it is kind of broken up into 2 distinct parts between Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. One more ring. Thank you, Tails. Go ahead and get this bonus stage out of the way. The nice thing about Sonic 2 is it allows you to have a lot more opportunity to get the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 1. That being said, these levels are a lot harder in my opinion. It also helps to have Tails, so I should be able to do it pretty easily. Not easily, but I should be able to do it. And honestly, I'm guessing on 90% of these, a lot of times if they have you go left, it'll stay like to the left once or twice. So, you can kind of predict where the rings are going to be. That being said, I'm just praying that I'm correct half the time. Right. So they put you back to 0 rings. That's interesting. So I know if I do things correct, I can get 3 or 4 emeralds literally right here. I just have to remember where the checkpoints are. I know I have to get up there if I want it. Oh. There's just certain things about this game I don't enjoy as much as Sonic 1. Like, there's no way to really do this without guessing. The ironic thing about this game is by the time you get Supersonic, it's almost more of a hindrance. At least if you get them kind of late in the game. Just because there's so many things that can instantly crush you. And you kind of don't want Supersonic for those just because he can be a little bit too fast. Oh, that's bad. Tails. That's why Tails can be both good and bad, because you can't rely on him. Six. Alright, all I gotta do is get 16 more rings. Okay. What's up, PBJ? I appreciate it. How are you doing today? Happy 4th. Trying to beat this game I haven't beaten in probably... I think last time I played this was about 2016, if I had to guess. Because I did a Sonic Marathon whenever Hurricane Harvey was, and I played through all the games. I feel like there's one more checkpoint I can get in this level. There are the fireworks, I hear them. There might only be 2 checkpoints in this level, I don't know. I feel like if I take the lower route, though. Well, even if there was, not gonna worry about it now. Like I said earlier, Sonic 2 is an incredibly long game in comparison to Sonic 1 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Well, Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles. Them combined is probably a little bit longer than this. But I think that how long to beat on Sonic 2 is about 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna be here for a minute. I knew it. Let's go. Alright. We're about to get the 3rd Chaos Emerald, hopefully. Why, you don't rely on Tails. Did that a little early, but we're okay. We just need to get to 110 rings. Oh, okay, I remember this one. This one I stay in the middle. I pretty much just play jump rope. Okay. This one's gonna be close. Need to try really hard to let Tails get it. Okay. A lot closer than I would have liked for Emerald number 3, but we got it. My goal is to have at least half the emeralds by the time we get out of Emerald Hill, so we just really need one more checkpoint to do that. Way to do that is backtrack. At least that's what my instinct tells me. Oh, you can't peek down in Sonic 2. No! I hate those. And I should have known about them, too. You win some, you lose some. Oh, you're kidding me! Wow! Of all the places for me to jump. Alright. So that wasn't the most skillful run, but nonetheless, we got the 50 rings. Man, that was embarrassing. How can I call myself a true Sonic fan? Just in case you didn't get that, I'm being super facetious. I don't like this bonus level. I don't like it at all. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm in trouble this time. Oh, this guy. I think I have to stop worrying about Tails, and I'm just gonna have to do this. Oh! Woo! This one's a little rough. Okay. 150. I only need 30 rings, and I don't have to rely on Tails. Any of them, which is nice. There's just so much prediction, that's why I don't like these. Regardless, We got it. What's up, Raider Nation? How's it going? Congrats on the, ooh, super successful stream last night. And first affiliate stream, so. Man. That was a lot of fun. I was there for, I'd say probably like 60, 70% of it at least. Let me get a couple rings before I fight the big R. Alright. One ring should do it. See if I remember how to do this battle. Remember his hitbox being kind of strange. Like if you don't hit him in a certain type of way, you end up in front of him. There we go. Ah, dude, it was no problem. After all the support you've shown me and Lady Stars, it was the least I could do. Not to mention, you playing the original Halo is just like icing on the cake. It's like, oh man, I definitely have to watch this. Huh. That is such a strange platform up there. It doesn't lead to anything. At least not that I know of. Hey, I mean, Halo Legendary is difficult regardless, no matter how many times you've played it. Like, I can do one decently, two's real rough. I think that the thing about one is you just can, like, run through some battles, and, like, once you realize which battles you can run through and which ones you have to fight, like, it completely changes that game on Legendary. Halo 2, you pretty much have to fight everything from what I remember. And that's just a pain. But nah, you did fine, man. Like I said, half of Twitch is like watching people fail and like, you hate to see it, but then you also love to see it. Like, I want to see people struggle, but then I also want to see that moment where they overcome whatever they're struggling with. I think that's 90% of the reason why the Souls games are so popular on Twitch. Aside from them being just generally good games. Seeing somebody go from, oh, this is impossible, to like, oh, I'm gonna beat this boss on my first try just because I can. Like, seeing that evolution is incredible. There wasn't a single checkpoint. Huh. How am I gonna get Chaos Emeralds if they don't give me checkpoints? I can watch others on the struggle buff, but it's cool when they beat some. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if you can tell this on stream or not, but I was doing a little bit of research into shaders for emulators, and there's one shader in specific called CRT Royale, which is kind of generally considered the best shader for like 16-bit games because it does the scan lines, but it does it in a way that it's not like overbearing and stuff. So I'm trying that out right now, and it was like love at first sight because I was always that person that didn't care about that type of stuff. But then like I turned it on and the game just looks 10 times better than I remember it. Like it remembers exactly what I remember it looking like back on my like CRT in the 90s. What's up, Lady Stars? Happy 4th of July. These bonus stages are getting hard. I'm a little worried. I think this is the 5th out of 7. This is your ringtone? I used to have a Sonic Jam as my ringtone. I just can't remember which one it was in specific. might have been Green Hill. Alright, round one. Whew. These make me sweat. I don't like them. And then the other thing is Tails becomes really dumb at some point. And he can become more of a liability than an actual ally. Okay. 200 rings. Yep, I remember this one. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, gosh. That early. Come on, go, 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 go. Yes! Let's go. Let's get that money. Tails actually saved me right there. He got 44 rings. He did all right. Oh, snap. All right. 2 more Chaos Emeralds. Then I don't have to worry about those stages ever again. They give me so much anxiety. I don't know if there's another checkpoint in this level. I guess also content warning, if anybody's afraid of the Sonic drowning music, get ready. That is something we are definitely going to have to deal with in a second. Oh! Okay. Oh! We got out of there with no drowning. Now, if I can get across this bridge with no drowning, that's going to also be very impressive for me. Okay. Yeah, it's this part right here I hate. I feel like there might be something against this wall. Nope. Oh no! They get me every time with that. I've been playing this game for what? Nearly 30 years. And that's still, I guess, close to 25 years, if I'm being honest. I'm old. Oh my god, how did I die like that? I died like a Sonic dog. I would like at least 1 ring going into the fight. I don't know if there's a ring on the way either. Okay, we're good, we're good. Exactly, rip. All these coins, what am I gonna do? They didn't have to go with this hard soundtrack, but they did. They absolutely did. Like, this is textbook definition, iconic Sonic music right here. Alright. Nope. That's fine. He's dead. He's dead. I don't even care if I get hit. I honestly don't know how to do that battle, like, intelligently. But it's over. So how was everybody's 4th of July? Did you guys do any barbecue or any of that stuff? Tails also does put in a lot of work in that fight. Truth be told, he's kind of like the MVP for a lot of boss fights. Up until the very end where you absolutely, like, you just lose him. When you get onto Sky Fortress or whatever. Okay, I need to get over that. I need to find a couple more rings. 44. god. I don't want to backtrack that far, but they're gonna make me. $50 rings, okay. Let's speed back over here. Get this checkpoint. Gonna barbecue in a couple hours. Ooh, I like that, a late night barbecue. I think Mystic Cave is probably my favorite song from Sonic 2. Knew it had to happen a bit. Okay, 1 ring. Give me 1. There we go. Ooh, that was close. That was real close. Thank you, BBJ. Yeah. We're getting to the point in the game where, like, my skills are kind of skeptical. To be perfectly honest, I am not the best Sonic 2 player. Unpopular opinion, but Sonic 2 is like, I love it. I absolutely do love it, but I prefer playing Sonic 1 and Sonic 3. Just because Sonic 2 is so long in comparison. Oh, I don't remember how this works? Okay. So it's just alternating and jumping. I don't think I'm gonna get it this time. Oh, I really messed up right there. I think it's still possible, it's just not probable. Rings. No, Tails! Tails, you have 1 job! If I jumped like 0.5 seconds earlier, that would have all been fine and dandy. I'm ruined. See, if I was Sonic, I'd be very toxic with Tails right now. I'd be like, man, you have 1 job, you had the rings, all you had to do is not get hit by that last circle, and we would have gotten out of there just fine. I would have had 6 Chaos Emeralds, could have gone super, wouldn't have needed you for anything for the rest of the game. But no, you had to go and get hit at the last freaking second, Tails. You had to go get hit. This is why you're a sidekick and you're not a main character. Oh my god. I think that's gonna be my new, like, persona, Toxic Sonic, right there. Oh my gosh. I'll try not to be mean anymore. Tails is a good little boy, most of the time. Oh, man, though. I had that imp. No! I had 49! I had 49 rings. If I had 50, I could have gone back to the bonus. Oh, hell. This is just a lot of unfortunate events happening back to back. Jesus. See, we have a Tails apologist in the chat. Oh, can I not go that way? What's going on here? Do I have to... I don't think I can go right, but that implies I can... Okay, I can go right. Come on. There's gotta be another checkpoint that I missed. I know there's not. I'm just gonna go. I will stop bad-mouthing Tails, except for when he really deserves it. Despite him costing me 1, potentially 2 Chaos Emeralds right there. Oh, man. He never deserves it. I don't know about all that. Now I forget if Sonic 2 is like Sonic 1, where, like, you go through the bonus stages sequentially, or if you fail one, like, you go through everything, then you start looping around. Which... there's a bonus right there, but I don't think there's any way I'm going to get 50 rings before it. I thought those were going to crush me for a second. Why would you put a spring there? I don't know where to go. I don't like this, and the drowning music is about to kick in a second. Stop that. I don't like this area because if those columns fall on you... What? Oh, Tails is about to drown. Who cares? Ah! See? That was the toxic me being punished for being toxic right there when I said who cares if Tails drowns. Jesus. Oh, man. The good thing about Tails is he's immortal in this game, so no matter how much he gets crushed, drowned, just taken out by a bad Nick, he's always going to come back. He's always going to come back. This song, also kind of a banger. My donos. Oh! I knew I had heard it recently, but I couldn't think about where, and that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Right, give me them rings. I want to go up there, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get crushed if I do. Sometimes this game is a little ambiguous as far as like, oh, this is where we want you to go, versus, oh, this is just instant death if you come up here. All I need is a checkpoint, that's all I'm asking for. I guess we're gonna go up again. If I die, I die. Oh no, we're not going up there. See? Let's go, bonus stage. I think this isn't the same one. I think the other one was like a reddish color. Also, this one's asking for 80 rings out the gate, so... Tails. Counting on you. Let's go. I'm not gonna say a thing. I'm not gonna say a thing. I'm not gonna say a thing. It's better that he gets hit. It's honestly better he gets hit. That way I have no expectations of him whatsoever right now. He can't let me down if I have no expectations in the first place. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. 220. We can do this. It's not going to be pretty. Oh, I don't like this. At some point, they're just going to start putting random rings in front of me, if I recall. I got it! As long as Tails does not get hit, I have it. Let's go. Good job, Tails. Tails is a good boy. He saved me. Kind of. He kind of saved me. Oh. You know, I just had a little bit of a, not epiphany, but a random thought of sorts. If Sonic's favorite food is chili dogs, what's Tails' favorite food? You never, like, nobody talks about Tails' food. I don't know. Let's see if we can get up there. Probably something okay. Yes! Wow! Wow, good job, Sonic. Way to not screw that up. Chili dog, but with extra... Oh, that's something I can respect. Chili dogs, extra cheese. Man, that sounds so good right now. I thought about going to the store and getting some hot dogs, but I don't like shopping on the 4th just because, like, I already feel bad enough that people have to work on it. Always. You always work on the 4th? If so, I am super sorry about that. Always more cheese, okay. I can also agree with that. That's a good sentiment. I can stand behind that statement. I'm working though, we don't get holiday. Yeah. No, you were talking about it a little bit the other night, and I was like, oh, that seems not great. But hopefully you don't have too much, like, paperwork to do or whatever. Hopefully the holidays are a little bit slower. I don't know how your job works. No, I wanted to... I am not a fan of the casino levels. Like, I like the music for them, but the actual stage itself, it's just too much bouncing around. Whew, there we go. Busier for the holiday. Last night is normally the busiest, but was really slow. Interesting. Alright, we need to get 100 rings here. Alright, I'm just gonna do this in one, because I really don't want to have to redo this stage. Man, I'm guessing on each of these, and I just happen to be right. Because there's really no indication if it's going to be on the left side or the right side. Nope, I was wrong that time. Okay, 120. We're doing pretty good. Alright, 190. I think this one's just going to go left, right for a little bit. If I can deal with. Left again. Left again? Yes! Okay. Okay, we're up by 10. Okay, I need to get 210 rings. I'm at 195 right now. And this one's just kind of weird. It throws rings at you. And you don't want to get hit by those things, obviously. Oh, no! Okay. You still got this. Come on. I don't... I'm guessing so much right now. Okay. I think we're good. I think that was the last bad, like, thing that could stop me. Let's go. Get that 7th emerald. Okay. Sonic can go supersonic. Let's go. Granted, supersonic is kind of like... Ugh. In my opinion, this might be a hot take, I don't know or not, but supersonic makes the game harder. Because you move faster, the probability of you getting crushed goes way up. Just through the roof, if we're being honest. I'm not gonna lie though, that was a lot easier to get supersonic than I thought it was gonna be. Normally Sonic 2 is the one I have trouble with. Like Sonic 3 I can do in my sleep. Sonic 1 is a little iffy sometimes. We did it, regardless. I think Hilltop Zone is next? That sounds right in my mind. Could be 100% wrong on that. This one also has good music. It's a little bit different. A little, like, folksy, I guess. Folky. Low-key folky. I also don't like this guy. Tails, the sound of Tails randomly dying. Yeah. Like, oh crap, I didn't even mean to do that. That scared me for a second. I'm like, did my game freeze? Okay. Well, now I just have to be super conscious about everything. Well, I have to be super conscious, and at the same time, I have to be super not conscious. Because, like, I can just get away with that. But then when there's a bottomless pit, I'm screwed. Like here, if I go too fast, I will die. Like the game wants you to go at a certain speed. And you can get crushed if you don't. Note to self, do not double tap A unless I really want to go supersonic. For some reason, I don't remember the boss of this zone. And I feel like it's going to come back to bite me in the butt. So, Lady Stars, what was your favorite Sonic, like, I guess, Genesis Sonic game? I was about to ask you what your favorite Sonic 2 was, but that literally made no sense. Oh, no! Maybe this one. Let's see. Let me stop bouncing around for a second. It's been so long since I've played them. That's fair. Like, they can definitely blend together. Like, I have mad respect for all three of them. Oh no! I did not want that! What do I get for button matching? Darn it. Thought I could get up there. Gotta be getting close to the boss. Also, I feel like this is an actual bottomless pit if I fall here. Nope, still lava. Maybe this level doesn't have bottomless pits. Oh. Let me just disrespect Robotnik right here. The thing is, though, if I get the last hit, I'm gonna... Okay. Never mind, I guess you don't change back into regular Sonic until after? Okay, it's when you hit the end of the level thing. Cool. Right. Here we go. This is my jam right here. It just goes so hard. I also like the Halloween-style theme it has to it as well. It's really eerie. F that up. Too risky. Now this is a level where Supersonic will actually screw you over. Like, 9 times out of... Okay, so apparently you don't have to double tap A. It's apparently just when you jump and have 50 rings. Thank you, Sonic. After I talked about how bad it is for you to go super right here, it's the first thing you do. The literal first thing you do. It's so hard to control him. Like, I have to keep hitting right and left just to get him to go where I want him to go. Sonic did hear me. Sonic and me have a very, like, I don't know, frenemy type of relationship. The easiest way for me to not go supersonic is just not getting 50 rings. That's all I have to do. I also forgot how distracting Tails is. He'll just randomly just show up and he'll be jumping on springs and, like, I don't know. It's almost like he's playing a completely different game sometimes. No! Every time. Every time. And every time I get surprised about it, too. I think that's probably, like, the worst part. It's happened 4 stages in a row, and I'm still not used to it. Back up. I think I can. Nope. Oh well. Boss time? Oh, I remember this boss. He tries to crush me. That's not gonna work. Goodbye. This man doesn't learn. At first, I thought you were talking about Robotnik, but then I realized, nope, that's 100% me. Hey, but we're getting kind of close to the end of the game already. I'm kind of surprised how fast this is going. Maybe this game isn't as long as I remember. Yep. So we have Oil Ocean, Sky Sanctuary, and I think that's it. Now, Oil Ocean, I'm not really worried about Supersonic. I love how I phrase that. I'm not worried about being Supersonic, you know. I think I can handle it. They never are as long as you remember, like my... Fair. 100% fair. Alright, I'm about to say, I'm about to figure out if I have to double tap A. Apparently not. You just have to hit A. And you go supersonic. On the bright side, I wasn't really surprised. I don't think Oil Ocean is the weakest song in this game, but it's probably down there. probably in, like, the bottom 3. Not that it's bad, like I said, but... And everything else is such a banger in Sonic 2. You know, it's tough competition. Something has to be the worst. That little jingle right there is my resub thing for Twitch. Granted, I don't have resub enabled quite yet, but when I do, expect to hear that quite a bit. Well, maybe not quite a bit. Expect to hear it at some point. One step at a time, one step at a time. I need to be like Raider and have everything set up, like, ready to go for when that day does come where I finally hit affiliate. Extra life sound. I think I also have that. I think I might have that as my, like, first sub thing. But then the resub is the continue. It's been so long since I've actually looked at it, I don't remember. Stupid seahorse! How dare you do that to me? I was talking. These enemies are supposed to wait for me to finish my sentence. They have no honor. You know, this is actually a level where I would like to have Supersonic, and I'm probably not going to get them at the rate things are going. Oh, that's the ultimate irony. Need 5 more rings. It's not gonna happen. Are you kidding me? Are you actually... You're literally... Holy crap. Holy crap. They're gonna give me 49 rings. I appreciate that. No, I do not. I'm gonna start looking into that stuff again. I've just gotten kind of lazy. Oh, crap. This is going real poorly. Oh! But I do appreciate it, Lady Stars. I remember how this goes. Can I duck under it? Yes. Let's go. Come on, Tails. You need to get that double hit, man. That's what you're here for. And I can't get him to fly either. I was gonna just hover over this. Didn't hit me on the other side. Oh my god. Tails just keeps dying. He died like 7 times. if not 17 times during that fight. Ugh. Oh man, I completely forgot about Metropolis. Wow. And I think this one might have 3 acts. There's something weird about Metropolis, I do remember that much. Wow, I think I repressed this out of my memory. Because I remember those starfish, and I hate them. Logged in for work. Looks slow. Oh, that's good. I think that's good. Some people like their work to be busy, but, like, I know on a holiday, I just want to, you know, I want to chill. Oh, great. Things that can instantly crush me. Hey, this level's gonna be interesting with this power-up. And interesting, I probably mean mostly bad, but we're gonna... just not gonna complain about it and just do it. Lace up our Sonic Nikes and just do it. Don't crush myself. It can go either way if it's dead all night. Okay. Yeah, that 100% makes sense. This has gotta be close to the end of the level. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, I guess a moderate amount of work, just enough to, like, kind of catch your attention, but not enough that you can't multitask is, like, the ideal. At least for me. Actually, I think I kind of like a variety. I want to be really busy sometimes. I want to be not very busy most of the time. And then sometimes, you know, give me absolutely nothing. Why are all the hard enemies in this one stage? I don't understand. They got the mantises, they got the starfish, they got the crab dudes. Oh. Oh my gosh. It's never a good balance. I've always wondered. Yeah, that is 100% true. And I don't know about your job, but my job is like, some days it's like, oh, we have nothing for you, or some weeks, really. Okay, if that's gone. How do I beat this level? Here we go. But yeah, what I was saying is some nights, like, or some weeks, they'll have nothing for me to do, and then other weeks it's like, oh, we need you to do all this stuff, and why don't you have it done yet? Like, one, you just assigned it to me. Two, you had God knows how long to give me some actual work, and you just decided not to. Oh! That thing got me by like a pixel. 1 second. You're the super mods. Set it up. Oh, Raider, did you ever figure out that, sound thingy that was going on? Truth be told, I think it's a kind of cool gimmick for you to, like, have a triple sound alert or whatever. But I know, like, you're a perfectionist, so you're definitely gonna have it fixed soon. Nonetheless, it was very funny. And very novel for the time, too. Oh, man, that star thing got me good. Oh, I hate this level, though. I take it back. I don't hate this level. It's just annoying. For some reason, this music always reminds me of two things. It reminds me, one, of, like, some really cheesy exercise music, like from the 80s. And then two, Rugrats for some reason. It sounds like some weird background track in the Rugrats. Alright, it got the exact same one got me. The exact same star, the exact same spear. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fine if Tails dies. Let's do it. Oop. No! Okay, that freaked me out for a second. I didn't see that spring at first, and I'm like, are they just gonna let me die in this pit? The Sonic? That seems a little grim. Road Rash for some reason. I don't think I've ever played Road Rash. Like, I'm familiar with it, but I don't think I've ever played it. Crap, I'm almost out of rings. I need to go and find this boss. Nope. This level has 3 acts, that's right. Road Rash 2 is great. Really bad, but because it's old, but... I mean, not all bad, you know, old games are bad, so... I feel like I've played it maybe on a collection of things, like, for maybe like 5 minutes in my life at some point. I feel like I have played a Road Rash, I just cannot put like a name to a face as far as that game. I wonder if that was in arcades. I feel like I've played a Road Rash in an arcade before. Whoop. I don't like these. I don't like these at all. Why is it moving? Tails! That boy. I was like, why is this thing moving? I don't want it to move right now. I'm not screwing the thing. You can add that to my quote. I know I don't have quote set up, but Tails, what is you doing? I don't even know if I can get up here. We're gonna try something really, really weird, and I don't think it's gonna work. No. We're just gonna have to backtrack until that resets, I guess. Ooh. 9 out of 10 would recommend. Alright, Tails. Do not screw the screw. Had me scared for a second. Oh god. Oh god. I don't like this. This level is so anxiety-inducing. I hit the panic button. We're supersonic now. I'm already done with this level. I want to be out of here. Going. I love how Tails he simply cannot keep up with Supersonic. So I see him for like maybe 1/10 of the time I normally would. Ah, I hate these screws so much. Well, rip. About to untransform and probably get killed immediately, if I had to guess. Alright, Tails. Tails, I need you to be a good boy. Oh. We're gonna stop the screw, jump onto this platform. I'm gonna be so mad if this is the boss. I think it is. At least they gave me rings. I can't be completely mad about it. Although this boss is incredibly annoying. Come on, Tails. Thank you. Tails. There we go. I am literally just exploiting Tails right at the moment. Thank you, Tails, for getting that ring. Let's go. Alright, Sky Chase. Very interesting level. The music here is pretty alright too. Tails can collect rings. Nope. He cannot. You don't think you've ever been to this level? It's pretty hard. I know, like, as a kid, and I literally used to play Sonic 1 through 3 almost every day when I got home from school. Like, it took me a good while to get here consistently. I'd say out of all three, Sonic 2 is the one I've probably beat the least, but honestly, Sonic 1 was something like... Oh, I feel like I really didn't get Sonic Down 1 until late. I looked at chat for a second, and all those eagles were flying towards me at the exact same pace. And I freaked out for a moment. I think these turtle enemies are kind of cute. Bye, Tails. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. He's gone. He's finally gone. I can actually play this game in peace. Sorry, I had to be a little mean right there. But yeah, they actually killed Tails in Sonic 2. I don't know if you know that. Sonic just shoots him out the sky, and that's the last we see of him. This isn't what I wanted. Not like this. Amperos. If I just jump right, what's gonna happen? Apparently nothing too bad. At some point, there's a lot of bottomless pits in this level. I'm a little concerned about them. Did I circumvent those? Did I? Oh man, I skipped them. That's really cool. All right. We're already at the end of this game, I think. Also, the end of this game is kind of a pain because they don't give you rings for the final boss fight. Oh, look. He made it back. I was just joking. Tails is 100% okay. You know, I normally don't go to the grocery store on holidays, like I said, but I might make an exception this one time because I really feel like getting some hot dogs. Like, if I buy hot dogs and buns, I'm not really overworking anybody. So, I'm gonna have to think about that. It's either that or my frozen chicken. Oh man, I don't have that many options. But I am going to stream something after this. I just might take a little bit of a longer break than I intended. Okay. So, this is the first appearance of Silver Sonic. Not Metal Sonic. Silver Sonic. Crap. That's right, it doesn't work in this version. So, in one version, I think you can spin dash into him and it's safe. In this one, I think you have to, like, kind of jump into him, which I don't feel good about most of the time. Either way, I have a lot of lives to figure this out. He jumps. Okay. This one's kind of like a memorization thing. I think he's gonna do the jump and... No! I hate this fight because it really does rely on you memorizing a little bit of it. Now he jumps. And I don't think he jumps again for a while. The thing about it is, he always has the exact same pattern. Yep, this is it. No? Okay. Alright, you do you Metal Sonic or Silver Sonic, whatever you want to call yourself. You gone anyway. Drop out, get your GED. Now, let's see if I remember how to do this. 3, 4, then he steps back. I think I can hit him here. Okay. So this fight isn't that hard. The whole thing about this last fight with Robotnik is you don't have any rings, which makes it a little tricky. Because you just don't want to really mess up. Now he's gonna launch again. Like, truth be told, he only has, like, 2 moves, really. He can sit on me, and then he can throw his little arm things at me. This fight took me forever as a kid. I would get here so often and get game overs because of the stupid 0 ring thing. I guess it's not stupid, but it is frustrating being like 7 or whatever. Being like, oh my gosh, this guy's impossible. They don't give me any rings, so if he hits me once, I'm dead. I can hit him again right after he shoots those claws at me. Now that I really think about it. Let's go! Hype. I appreciate it. I love how they do this black and white thing right here. It cracks me up. One of the flickies is telling, like, Tails, like, hey, you need to save Sonic now. Like, last I saw, he jumped off of a spaceship from outer space. You're gonna have to catch him. Beauty and the Beast. They actually remixed this for Sonic 2006 and added Akon of all people, believe it. And it's actually a pretty good song, truth be told. Look at all those eagles. It's America Day, July 4th. But they can't keep up with Sonic. I'm really tempted to go to the Kroger and get some hot dogs instead of jumping right into my next game. I think that's the only way this is going to work tonight, because I do plan on streaming the other game for at least like 3 or 4 hours, and I do need to eat something. Yeah, I do need to have... Barbecue dogs is going to be good enough for me. That'll be fun. I've got some condiments, so I can have a pseudo bow 4th of July. You're salty that Supersonic was... Oh, man. But it's so good. Dragon Ball Z is so good. Supersonic's so good. Why not just spread the love? DBZ track. Oh, that's sad. I would argue that the original DBZ isn't great, but like the condensed version Dragon Ball Kai, where they cut out like 100 or so episodes, fantastic. But, you know, it's definitely an acquired taste, so I totally get that. We actually beat that kind of fast. That was less than 2 hours. It honestly felt like about 90 minutes, if that. Is that something I can do? I'm so bad at Twitch, but I'm gonna see if this command works. Oh snap! 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 16 seconds. That's exactly the case, actually. Lady Stars, like, pretty much, some people don't like Pi because they argue it takes out too much. They're like, oh man, these fights are only like, they used to be like 10 episodes, and now it sounded like 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Let's go. Man, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I wonder if I have music select. That's not the one I want. I just want to hear the music for the Mystic Cave Zone 2-player real quick. Because it's so freaking good. Wait, no, I missed. It's the casino zone that I want. And there's no way for me to get out of this easily. Crap. Let me just restart. There. This song is so good. It is so good. Also, I never realized how weird this game looks in multiplayer. Granted, I don't think split-screen multiplayer was much of a thing back then, so I can kind of excuse it looking like this. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I will be back probably, let's say about an hour from now with some Doom Eternal. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed Sonic 2 as much as I did. And hopefully I will see you guys a little bit later. Take it easy.